So, naturally, people are wondering, is Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo from the block, going to be indicted, or what is going to happen? Is she's gonna spill the beans, regarding Diddy, because she is his ex-girlfriend. And so a lot of people are the media as well, they are linking her to some of his deeds from the past. So of course, because of the curiosity and Gemini mind, curiosity, we want to know from a Synastry point of view if it's possible that she would be also formally attached to this case, or she would be a witness, part of the victim people that are coming up. So let's dive in and see what the planets are revealing. Let's start. So could have, a similar analysis done by me. If you click the link below, go into my website, see all the options that I have. I literally have almost 10 or over 10 options that answer to your questions, right? So don't hesitate to visit my website. See, I do have affordable prices as well, and I do have standard prices, which are competitive prices. So I have all types of prices. Don't be deterred. Yeah, so just go on the website and book your session to get your answers too. It's just a lot that is happening regarding Jennifer Lopez, right? I mean, the divorce, Ben Affleck, all of this, and now the Diddy situation. It is a whole lot for one person, right? I mean, she also had that canceled tour. It's just too much for one person to handle. But why is that? We already talked about it, But as I said, her progressing Saturn is conjunct with her progressing Ketu, an ending of something, right? Because when Ketu and Saturn, get conjunct, Ketu is going to separate you from what you know and what you are accustomed to, and Saturn is going to restrict, put a health limit, put all of these boundaries around whatever, house or sign relating, to the part of your life, right? So that is happening. Let's get to the hard question. I recently, uploaded a video where I gave top 7 aspects that push, the victims of P. Diddy to come out, and that give people that urge to spill the beans on people. I was really curious to see what aspects, when you're talking about synastry, that make a person reveal all the secrets and the dirty laundry that you have. And I put that up, and in this pool of victims that I looked at, I had also looked at Casey, I looked at Wendy Williams and all of these people, right? And I did not look at J-Lo because, I didn't have news that said she's considering herself as a victim, she's considering herself as, part of the people that were victimized by Diddy. So she was not part of this pool, of this sample that I used in my research study, right? So I had to redraft again, their synastry to see what would happen. We were to make, some smolanyana predictions. And of course, this is very important to say that from this planetary alignment. But I do see that January and December this year, so December this year, January next year, there is some information that will come out in the open, okay? And this information would reveal some things. Let me say everything is alleged here, okay? Allegedly from the get-go to the end, right? And in any case, so December, January, there would be some information that would allegedly come out that would reveal, some stuff about JLo or regarding JLo, right? And it would go against, her status. So it would hurt a bit her status and kind of like put a certain light on her that people don't necessarily like, right? So I do also see that this story would also spill over to the age of 56 because she's 55 years old now, but I do see it going also to the age of 56, right? I also see that she would spill the beans based on the synastry aspects that I told you guys like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, that make people spill on you, right? I see that. Why? Because she's got her Mercury conjunct with his Lilith. Again, like I explained in the other video, that when Mercury is conjunct somebody's Lilith, they will talk, because Mercury is communication. They will talk about the taboo things that you do, the suppressed desires that you might have, and that you don't want people to talk about. They will talk about the stuff that you do, behind the doors, behind the closed doors. They will talk about it because what Mercury is, the communicator, right? And therefore she would spill the beans on him. She would just tell everything, as I said, probably December, January, if they call her, into, this whole situation, she would just speak. She would just tell, right? And she's got her sun conjunct with his Lilith. Again, like I told you in the other video, sun brings light into whatever it touches, into whatever house it sits in. And if it's coming into your 12th house, it's going to reveal everything relating to your 12th house. Now it's coming to be attached with Lilith, again doing the same thing, putting a light, shining a light into everything that he's been doing, that is taboo, that is not acceptable in the society, that is shunned by the society. This is what is or would happen, right? So definitely she would speak out. She would spill all the beans. She would just sing like la 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 la, my singing, right? But anyway, yes to the question. Yes, she's going to sing. Yes, she's going to talk, right? And she's going to reveal everything that she has to reveal to save herself, to save her name. If they do indict her, if they do formally charge her, she's going to take a plea deal, so to speak, legally, and the planets are just showing it, right? But I just wanted to talk about, their synastry. I do believe that they were in love when they were together for the 2 years that they were in a relationship. They were in love because they have their Venus's trine. So a Venus trine Venus is just an awesome situation, right? I will explain in the series of Venus, to Venus, making an aspect to Venus when I get to that. But definitely, yes, very in love. And Venus, trine Venus also shows a whole lot of, understanding when it comes to your feelings, when it comes to the love, what love is, how to show love, how to profess love to your partner, how to romance your partner. Like, it comes naturally to you to do that for them, and vice versa, right? So definitely. But I do see that they have a square moon, as you guys saw on the video that I uploaded of moon square moon. What happens is that there's a compromise that needs to be done for the relationship to be practical, right? So that goes with resources as well. It goes also with expressions of emotions whereby the other person doesn't necessarily have the flow to express themselves, like they don't express themselves or they don't know how to express themselves, and then the other one is freely expressing themselves. So there's that blockage or stuff like that. And in these squares, some people, they don't see each other like throughout the day. There's some responsibilities and other duties that make them not be together like 24/7. And I mean, with their industry, of course, we would assume that they would be busy. One is in the studio and the other one is here, all of that, right? Even though she was his employee, right? So again, like I said, it's just so clear of the roles as well, where I said one has a certain role, like your role, I know my role in this relationship. So again, if you want to remind yourself of what moon square moon is about, I will click the link to that video below, right? And I'll also click not click, but you will click me, I link. So I'll also link the video to the top 7 aspects of people spilling the beans on you, right? I'll also link that below, and then you click it right to watch. But they also have their general conjunctions, because they born in the same year. So of course Saturn is conjunct Saturn, all of that. Okay, when it's like this, I don't even look at that, because I mean, when you're born in the same year, you're gonna have a whole lot of conjunctions, like of the same conjunctions regarding the slow moving planets. So that does not shock me, and it also doesn't impress me, because you're born in the same year. Of course, I'm expecting you to have the same Saturns, I'm expecting you to have the same Ketu, I'm expecting you to have all of that, right? Unless then one of these planets was moving signs in that year, right? Then it becomes interesting. But in any case, that was happening in their synastry, sharing all of these major planets as well, right? I also do see that they have a sextile of their masses, like his mass sextile her mass. That means for the Vedic people, it's the 3-11 situation, where the mass is 3 places away and the other one is 11 places away from the Mars, right? Again, it shows support, like I explained yesterday regarding the sextile of the moon. Here we have a sextile of Mars and Mars, meaning that there's a support regarding actions now, regarding physical actions that are done and are professed physically, okay? But I will explain again this when I'm running a series of Mars to Mars and all the other things that are seen with this sextile, right? So now that is it. And what's interesting though is that his Mars is opposite her Lilith, right? Meaning that at some point, as we know, that they got arrested, regarding to the violent situation, of course, because Mars is violence. There was some taboo desires of hers that came out that were forced to come out by his Mars, right? But because of the opposition, we can see that she didn't do it because she wanted to do it. It was a forced thing, you know, because you remember opposition is like pulling. I'm pulling on to my side, you pulling to your side. We're not doing it free, you know, flowing, you know, it's not flowing. We're not following the same direction here. I'm pulling to the right, you're pulling to the left. So all the taboo desires that she did, or that came out, you know, all the suppressed things, you know, taboo things that are against the society that she did, they were forced out by his Mars to come out, right? So of course, I'm also now thinking regarding the case of the shooting and the gun and all of that, right? So that is highly visible here. Now, what I wanted to check on is the situations of their fortunes, right? I do see here there's an opposition to their fortunes, and it's telling me that at some point there's some money that maybe he paid to her. So I don't know what could the money be about, but there is some money that was paid to her, right? And it's relating to some wounding because hers is with Chiron and his is opposite Chiron. So there's some wounding and some money that was exchanged relating to that, right? But yeah, like oh my gosh, I could go on, but it doesn't matter. I just wanted to answer to the question of would she spill the beans? And the answer is not just spill the beans, but sing, like really sing, like a concert sing, like a tour sing, like like a stadium arena singing, right? So there you have it. And again, alleged. I will chat to you a bientôt. Yeah, ciao. So I'm putting this one in the last part, like because I'm not sure, and I don't want to calculate actually her birth time, but I'm not 100% certain of her birth time. And for this, to answer this part, I would really need like an exact birth time. But if it's a correct birth time, there would be some sort of isolation, and I hope it's not prison, but there would be some sort of isolation that she feels physically or mentally, pretty soon, because then the progressing Ketu and progressing Saturn would be on her 12th house, which is, and these two planets are opposite or are anemic to her ascendant lord, which is Moon, right? So I'm obviously just putting this part in the last section